Good evening, my favorite students. I'm here to do the part two of the four-part Picasso project. To explain it, I'm here with Sock Monkey, who, hello. He's got a heart that Nina LePage had made for me that he usually holds on special days. Today is one of my students' birthdays. Armael, he turned 9 today, so happy birthday, Armael. Sock Monkey says, Bon anniversaire, Armael. So, if anyone speaks with Armael regularly, make sure you wish him a happy birthday today. I hope yesterday's YouTube tutorial was easy enough to understand. I'll try to speak a bit slower today. I'm a little fatigued anyway. Once again, I want you to have fun with the Picasso project. I don't want it to be like a chore or something you have to do or something that's not enjoyable for you. I want you to get to use your amazing creativity that so many of you have shown me through your alien projects. So today's information or video is on, just pulling it up here, I was just reading it again, is on Pablo Picasso. As we know, had many different styles or periods of art. He and George Bark invented Cubism, where they broke up a picture into geometric shapes. Those of you that like math and fractions and geometry, if you started geometry in your math, I'm not sure, will enjoy this. Or those of you that are very analytical. The picture with the guitar, I want you to find a color scheme of your choosing. Color scheme means I want you to pick 6 different colors. Maybe you want to do shades of green and yellow, or shades of pink and orange, or shades of purple, green, and red. Whatever you want to do, I want you to pick 6 colors for the guitar. And then what you're going to do, though, before you do the coloring of the guitar, is color in the box with your color schemes. Sorry, I'm pointing at it as I'm reading it to you, so it might look a little strange on the video camera. After you decide your colors you're going to use, you're going to take a ruler and break the picture up. And by breaking it up, I mean taking the ruler, making lines any way you want, diagonally, up and down, squares, have it shaped into a triangle, however you want to do it, to break the picture up, and then choose which colors are going to be used in which section. A very good example of the final piece that your guitar should look like is at the very end of the Picasso packet on page 17. It's really not that difficult. You're not changing the guitar in any way. You're just using a ruler to break the picture up into different shapes behind it and on top of it, and then coloring those in the color scheme and the color making of your choice. So just use a ruler. Like I said, you can go diagonal, you can go up, you can go, excuse me, Sock Monkey. That's okay. Oh, he dropped his heart. That's no good. Use your rulers if you want to make, like I said, diagonal, more triangular, square, but make geometric lines. If you're familiar with 90 degrees or 45-degree angles, if you've done that yet in math, that might be a good starting point. but please look at the last page of the Pablo Picasso packet, page 17, to see a completed example. I have not printed and done it yet, but like every project, including my alien, I complete the project along just like you do, so I can understand what you're doing and share it with you. So after you finish your guitar, the next one you're going to do is Pablo Picasso created many drawings similar to the one below. And this is on page 8. It's of the line portrait. One way to draw a portrait like this, and I brought this up yesterday, is by creating a continuous line drawing where you don't pick your pencil, crayon, off of the page of paper you're drawing on. And by the way, you can draw on just regular A4 white paper. If you don't have extra A4 white paper, notebook paper is fine. I don't want you if you have some canson paper, that's fine, but regular A4 paper is fine. So one way to draw a portrait like this is by creating a continuous line drawing. I did this in my art classes in college, and you don't let the pencil or your crayon up off the page, and you just look and draw the contours of a face. Using your boxes below, I want you to again choose 6 colors in a scheme, and you're going to use that color scheme to color the portrait below that's been done as a continuous line drawing. So if we look at this portrait, and this is on page 8, it's been done. We have to try, I'm trying to see where he began. It could be in the right hand corner in the shoulder because he stopped, but I think the beginning is maybe at the chin. And with a line drawing, you can either imagine, you can look at a picture of someone, maybe you can have your younger, older brother, sister, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, somebody pose for you, but we'll get into that later. But for this particular picture, pick 6 colors. Like I said, you can do color schemes of yellow and greens. I'm thinking a lot of spring colors, pinks and reds. What else do we see out there? Oranges and yellows. That's more fall, isn't it? Yes, it is. I think you're too tired and don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Sock Monkey, for your input. I think of the Printemps sunset, so purples, oranges, pinks, that might be a good color scheme. So pick 6 colors, and you're just going to color this portrait on page 8 of the packet with that color scheme and make it abstract. Maybe do the nose purple if you're doing a purple, orange, red, light orange, dark orange, blue violet type scheme. And when I say 6 colors, if you have markers or crayons that are like light blues, dark blues, light reds, dark reds, lighter oranges, yellows, you can use those. Or you can pick 6 completely different colors that have no meaning. Just red, blue, green, purple, pink, orange, whatever you want. And then color the portrait, the line portrait in. And like I said, get as creative and modern as you want. The eyes don't have to be blue or brown or hazel or green. You can do the eyes orange, do the nose, maybe you're doing like an orange or brown and red scheme. Do the nose maybe like a brown or a bright blue, but have fun with it and be creative and create the portrait in bright colors and make it stand out. Have fun with it. Don't look at it as a chore. Pick the colors and just have fun with it. And then I believe this is the last. No, I'm sorry. There's 2 more parts with this video. I apologize. On page 9, you are going to get the opportunity to do your own continuous line drawing. It says take a photo of yourself or a friend and create a continuous line drawing where you don't pick up your pencil off of the page. Draw the contours or edges of the face. Don't think about it. It's supposed to be very kind of subconscious. It should be loose and free, kind of a relaxing project. Once you're complete, you trace over it with Sharpie or a black marker and color the shapes and be creative with your color scheme. Pick your own colors again. I'm going to see if I can minimize this and show you, give you an example in my famous pink book of a line drawing. Sorry, sock monkey. That's okay. He can sit and watch. So you have your drawing tool. You have a piece of paper. You have a picture or you have somebody posing for you. So you put the pen down. I'm looking at myself. So I'm going to start with my nose. And the pen is never going to leave the paper. So it's going to be very abstract and probably very funny looking. So if I just go with my nose and I'm not lifting the pen, and it's going to be very abstract, as I haven't done this in probably 15 years. And I'm trying to do the side of my face and my ear. I should probably get in there and do an eyebrow and this famous line between my eyes. Maybe another eyebrow down to an eye. I'm just going to show you a brief portrait. I'll do a better one to post on YouTube later. And the pupil. And look at what I came up with so far. Just not taking the pen off the paper. And just drawing it while looking at me on the video. See if you can see. Okay, so I said I started at my nose. You can see a nose. Then I went down and I created my lips. Then I said I was going up around to create my ear and come back down, do an eye. And then I was drawing the lines that are in between my eyes. And then if I was going to continue, I would go on to the next eye, etc., and come down, finish maybe at my neck. But if you look at it, you can actually see an eye, a nose, the mouth, an ear, part of like the beginning of like a forehead or the outline of my face, and there's a cheek right there, and the beginning of my other cheek with the line from my nose on down. But it's kind of funny, and you or whoever you draw is going to be abstract, and it's modern art. I mean, look how many seconds that took me. So wait till I do the whole entire one. So you can do it with a pen if you want to do it like I just did it, and then use your color scheme. Or if you're more comfortable using pencil, use pencil and then trace over it. But this is a very famous art technique that they teach you in art school, which is what I did before I went to college to learn how to teach you. So back to the Picasso. You'll do that. Draw the contours of somebody, of yourself, whoever. And then, that's on page 9. Then on page 10, the person that created this packet, who I think was really creative, says, in the drawing below, I used many different techniques that Picasso did, including using different angles, front and side, in the same drawing. Color the portrait below in your choice. They forgot the E on that, didn't they? Of color scheme. So this, I believe, is the creator of this packet, and I want you to color it in whatever scheme you want. Doesn't matter to me, but this is their the creator's contour drawing, but they also use side views and front views and made it very cubistic and very abstract modern. So I just wanted you to do those 4 projects. That's part 2. The guitar, which all you're doing is picking color schemes, 6 colors, then using a ruler to break the picture up, and then you're going to color each section that you've made with one of the colors of your color scheme. That's on page 7, and as I mentioned earlier, you can find a completed guitar that's been done with the ruler and colored in at the very end of the packet on page 17, which I think will be very helpful for you. Then we've got the line drawing of the portrait, where you get to pick the colors again and color it in however you want. I think the wilder the colors, oops, sock monkey dropped Nina's heart that we have especially for Armael's birthday today. Like maybe do green hair or bright pink or bright green, whatever, on page 8. And then on page 9, do a line drawing of either yourself from a picture, or you can just use you in a mirror, or like I just did with a video, I just had the camera on me and just quickly drew and came up. Let me see, with this, where you can actually see. It doesn't look much like me, but it is modern cubist. And then do that in either black pen or pencil, and then trace over it with Sharpie and use your own color scheme that you want to color it in. And the last one for this part 2 is to create a color scheme for the creator of this Pablo Picasso project book, who did a portrait using part line drawing, but also part cubist art, going from the side, looking at the front direction, looking in different directions. So she made it very cubist and very modern. And that's it for part 2. The art analysis, we'll have to go into depth because I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have you guys do that right now, because it may be a little confusing for you. I'm not sure if any of my students have ever seen the painting Guernica in person, but it is humongous and it is absolutely an amazing work of art, and I'm very, very lucky to have seen it in person. So don't look at Guernica or art analysis, just focus on your guitar and the breaking down of the picture and your color scheme. then the portrait, the line portraits and the color scheme, then making your own line portrait and making it look, the funnier or crazier or more modern, the better. And then finally, choosing a color scheme and coloring in the person that created this project packet in a cubist and continuous line style. Find some color scheme and color that in. If you have any questions or you want to send me a picture to see if you're doing it right, feel free to send me a message or email me. And you guys are pretty resilient and pretty creative. I think you'll pick up on it very quickly. But of course, any questions, send me an email or have your parents email me, and I will get right back to you. And tomorrow, after all my tutorials, I will do part 3 of the Picasso project, and then we'll go from there. So me and Sock Monkey hope everybody has a good evening. You're very tired today, aren't you? Yeah, I had a bit of a very long day, but a lot of work got done, and that's what's important. Yes, it is. And also, don't forget, happy birthday, Armael. Bon anniversaire. So anybody that has contact with Armael and the Pinson, make sure you wish him a happy birthday, especially during these times. He has a really cool cake. I think his mom must have made it, but happy birthday, Armael. We definitely, I miss all the Pinsons, and I hope we're all back in class soon. So I will be back tomorrow with the third part of the video, and everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.